You know, there are places in the Arab countries. Sabi ng ambassador natin noon, kung nagpunta ko, congressman ako, sabi niya, congressman, sabihin mo sa ating mga kababayan, before they embark on a trip of journey, na in some, lalo na yung malalayo na lugar, malalayo sa syudad, you know, abuse, lalo na if you are a slave, both in the slave market of Africa, or you are a paid worker, kasali sa territory ang rape or abuse. Diyan ako galit. Kaya ako brutal. Kasi itong mga to, naghihintay lang dyan. For example, pandakan, tundo. Maghintay lang sila kung sinong pamilya may steady income yung bata. At yun ang didikita nila. So, the young man or the young boy becomes a slave of drug. Slave ko na talaga. You would be a nation of slaves kung hindi mo hintuin to. Slave to a drug called shabu. Ngayon, ito yung didikita nila. Sila mismo hindi kumakain yung pinapasa nila. Ang masakit sa akin, ganito. Yung nanay nagsakripisyo. Maybe walang nangyari, okay. Ang problema yung doon sa labas at yung nire-rape at ni-abuse. Pagdating nila sa Pilipinas, yung sakripisyo nila, only to find out na yung anak nila, druga, durugista, walang natapos, pati yung anak ng babae nagkala because of drug. You know, I said, do not destroy my country. Let the International Criminal Court understand that. Kayong mga human rights dito sa Pilipinas, intindihin ninyo yan. Kaya pag hindi, talagang bobo kayo. Kaya ako nasasaktan. At marami yan. First justice lang. Na kung marami pa kayong chat-chat dyan, sabihin ko sa inyo, you destroy my country, you destroy the young of the youth. I will kill you. Period.
The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The UNI team is campaigning around the island of Samar today. To give us the latest, Marian Enriquez joins us live from Borongan City, Eastern Samar. Marian, how's the situation there so far?
Yes, Riza, it's quite a rainy morning here in Borongan Plaza in Eastern Samar, and we're waiting for the arrival of the unity tandem of Bongbong Marcos and Mayor Sara Duterte. It was actually past 8 o'clock in the morning when Bongbong Marcos arrived in Katarman, Northern Samar, and then they will be holding a campaign rally there, after which they will proceed here. Recall that during the 2016 vice presidential race, Marcos Jr. lost to VP Leni Robredo by almost 40,000 votes here in Eastern Samar. Robredo was also endorsed recently by Eastern Samar Governor Ben Evardone and 20 out of 23 Eastern Samar mayors. We haven't seen any mayors yet here in the stage. And tomorrow, Riza, after today's event here in Borongan, the unity tandem will then proceed to Calbayog and Biliran later this afternoon. And then tomorrow, they will make rounds in Leyte. Riza.
Thank you. That was Marian Enriquez reporting live from Borongan City, Eastern Samar. Now, despite Robredo's 9-point jump in the latest Pulse Asia survey, experts say it takes more to close the gap between her and arch-rival Bongbong Marcos. Pulse Asia, meanwhile, warns Team Marcos that even if he's maintaining the lead, there is still a significant drop in preference among Class D voters. Camille Samonte with the details.
In the March survey of Pulse Asia, Leni Robredo jumped by 9 points. It is her biggest increase in this election season. Team Leni is naturally all fired up. Robredo's spokesman called it the turning of the tide. Pulse Asia's Ana Tabunda gives the good news and the not so good news for Leni campaign.
Nag-increase ang voter preference for Leni Robredo by 9 percentage points. Significant yon. Yung binaba ng voter preference ni Bongbong Marcos na 4 percentage points, hindi yun significant.
Not significant because the 4 points shed by BBM from February is within the margin of error of plus or minus 3%. Tabunda also has not so good news for Team BBM.
Significant yung pagbaba niya sa Class D lang, hindi dun sa areas. Ngayon, if they want to maintain their large lead, well, they can be concerned. Pero as it is, malaki pa rin yung gap.
Pulse Asia President Ronald Holmes says the survey might not have yet reflected the impact of the real estate tax issue against Marcos.
Nangyari yung sa kalagitnaan ng aming fieldwork. Ibig sabihin, nangangalahati na kami at kung mag-resonate yun ay maaring matatagalan pa. It may not have resonated yet at the time that we were conducting the survey.
Despite this, BBM is still ahead by 32 points with less than a month before voting day. At around the same time during the 2016 elections, there was only a 5-point difference between the front-runner, Duterte, who scored 30%, and Grace Poe, 25%. Duterte went on to win with 39% of the votes. Tabunda says for the Team Leni to make the impossible more probable, she will need to gain 16 points in the next survey, and BBM has to lose 16 points. This 10-candidate election has, according to Abunda, became a two-way race between Marcos and Robredo. Tabunda says it will take a major development in the last weeks of the campaign to overtake the lead and really turn the tide in this election. For News 5, Camille Samonte, We Are One News.
President Duterte warns that as he steps down from office, he will drag along with him officials causing unnecessary delays in government processes, especially for migrant workers. During the groundbreaking ceremony of the OFW Center on Thursday, Duterte reiterated his call for government offices to make the process of fixing documents easier for migrant workers. Duterte also slammed offices and agencies still involved in red tape, noting that they are only causing inconvenience to Filipinos and they're not serving the people. He says he's ready to quarrel and even fire officials who are lazy and inefficient.
Better do the things that I want to improve the service of government, or else mayroon tayong away. I'm sure I do not want to quarrel. Masama pa naman yung bunganga ko. But you know, I have fired 6 cabinet members. Hindi lang ninyo alam. Along the way in my journey for 6 years, 6 cabinet members lost their jobs. I fired them. Kaya yung mga tamad, kung ayaw niya magtrabaho, anak ka ng, o either mag-away tayo, gusto mo magbarilan tayo.
Meanwhile, the volume of passengers at the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange are breaching pre-pandemic levels ahead of the Holy Week. For the latest, we have Shaila Francisco reporting to us live from Parañaque City. Shaila, good morning. Can you tell us what's the latest there?
Risa, some buses going to the province are now full, and even here inside the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange, passengers have been arriving non-stop. Passengers are averaging 80,000 to 95,000 daily since restrictions were loosened in April. They also experience days when passenger reaches 100,000, which they only normally get during holidays. PTEC says the numbers are already higher than the 60,000 to 70,000 average pre-pandemic.
This Holy Week, they expect numbers to reach 120,000. The management says higher fuel prices have encouraged others to commute to their provinces. Some, meanwhile, want to maximize their holidays. That's why they took a leave already and are heading out ahead of the Holy Week. The management has deployed some 2,000 additional buses to meet the increasing demand. A drug test on 200 drivers was also conducted to ensure safety of the trip. Riza PDEX is now advising passengers to book ahead of time whenever possible to avoid missing out on the last few seats. Rates remain unchanged at 200 to 700 pesos. Riza?
Thank you for that report. That was Shaila Francisco reporting live from Parañaque. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us there again at 2 in the afternoon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.